Well, hi friends, Father Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary segment now for Thursday, December 30th and Friday the 31st, and then New Year's Day, January 1st, Sunday the 2nd, and Monday the 3rd. So on the 30th, that was the final day our staff was here for the year 2021, and so I had many different staff meetings with them, according to the pattern that you've seen now as a regular pattern. Early administrative conversations, 8:30 staff briefing, taping in the studio for our evening broadcast, early taping of the Mass for our mid-morning broadcast, and then various meetings with staff throughout the day on the 30th, pretty much nonstop, one after another, interspersed with work at my desk, responding to emails and preparing for upcoming talks and interviews. Did some preparation for a Newsmax interview that took place the next day. And then on the 30th, after that full day of work in the office, in the evening I drove up to St. Augustine, which is not too far from here. About a 2-hour drive, because they have a magnificent Christmas lights display there each year. And so I went to see that. It was a beautiful and prayerful experience just on my own, and then came back to the office and went to bed. Friday the 31st, the staff was off, but I was here and spent the bulk of the day with finishing the end of year essay. I think I may have mentioned to you before that each year I do an essay. It turns out to be about 20 pages long, handwritten, that I summarize the year personally, from a personal perspective. And so I finished that up on New Year's Eve. I also worked on the 31st very intensively on the January plan, as we call it. That's when we get to the end of the month, the detailed planning of the following month. I mean, like day by day, certain things that have to get done each month. We set them onto the calendar. Of course, there's a lot of things on the calendar already, various trips and so on, and broadcast interviews. But at that time of the month, we can set up certain other things just to make sure they occur on time. We did that, and between those two things, that took up most of the day. Of course, I was responding to emails, phone calls, and stuff like that. And then in the evening, for New Year's Eve, I spent it here, but I had an interview on Newsmax, so I was part of their New Year's Eve special. Some of you saw that. And then otherwise, I just spent time in prayer and reflection, and then watching, of course, the New Year's Eve celebration from where I grew up, New York City. Then, New Year's morning, went to see the sunrise just up the road on the Indian River, and nice prayerful experience there. Did some broadcasting, did changing of the calendars, and then the broadcast Mass, of course, live for the Feast of Mary, the Mother of God. Various phone calls to friends and family during the day. Worked on the staff procedure readings for our morning briefings, and also some final revisions to the donor questionnaire that we will send out, the preparations for staff to attend some government meetings coming up, and preparation of some thank you letters for the month of January. So a lot of desk work on that first day of the year, and also reviewing some EWTN programs that we taped here for EWTN, and doing a final review of those before we submit them. So that was January 1st. On January 2nd, I did more work on what I just mentioned about the Defending Life series. Been doing a lot of preparation work for our political activities of 2022, and had to gather some information, edit some documents and so forth. Did the 10 a.m. Sunday Mass for broadcast. Some extra time, of course, being it was a Sunday, for relaxation, prayer, conversation on the phone with family and friends. A pledge report. We are revising a report that our finance team gives us about our monthly pledges, so I had to get that prepared for Monday, as well as ongoing work on updating our Wikipedia pages, and some work expanding our outreach into what's called the metaverse, a new version of the internet. And then preparation for welcoming a new staff person on Monday, and preparations for the March for Life. So interspersed with the relaxation of a Sunday, I had all those things to do here at my desk. And then when Monday, January 3rd came, our staff returned, and of course it was a very busy day. Starting off early in the morning, I went to get some lab work done, some blood work, and then Mass, taped the Mass. Welcomed our new staff person, had the staff briefing, did some taping in the studio after that, had a travel meeting after that with our travel director, and talked about the upcoming March for Life and some other invitations that I have for trips around the country. Did some work, again, more meeting now with Janet, our executive director, about the Defending Life episode taping that will take place now on next week, arranging some various other interviews for myself, including with some of the lawmakers that we're going to be honoring in January at the March for Life, meetings with our various administrative staff, lengthy meetings of reviewing what had to be done for the transition into the new year and plans into the new year, more work on the updating of our Wikipedia pages, more staff meetings. Took my 5:30 walk. I get a half hour of vigorous walking in each day, and while doing that, had a couple of phone calls that I took care of, had a quick dinner, then did some quiet work here at my desk before going to bed. So that was Monday, January the 3rd. And we'll be happy to continue bringing you these day-by-day reports of my activity from morning to night. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.